Hi everyone, today we are going to do a small play for you. So the name of our play is The King's New Clothes. I want to introduce some main characters to you, so when you see them, you will know who they are. First main character is the king. Can you say king with me? King. Most of you know what a king is, right? In case you don't. The king is the ruler of a country or, most of the time it's a country. Second one, queen. The queen is usually married to a king, usually. Designers. Can you say designers with me? Designers. Okay? Designers are people who create something, whether it's clothes or games or other things, okay? Prime Minister. This one might be a little difficult. So let's say it together. Prime Minister. Okay? Prime Minister is usually another type of ruler of a country. Not a king, but someone who makes rules and laws for other people. Okay? Assistant. Assistant. Assistant is usually a person that helps the person in charge. So for our story, our assistant will help the king. Okay? Last one, kingdom. Kingdom is usually the place where the king and queen live. Usually a huge castle, usually. Okay? Keep that vocabulary in your head for when we start our play. Are you ready? Let's go. There once was a vain emperor who ruled over a small country named Ishingia. He loved to buy new clothes.
I love clothes.
Your Majesty, you have visitors to offer you some new clothes.
You may enter.
Every morning, he met with tailors, shoemakers, weavers, and designers.
You may stand.
This is a fine hat, Your Majesty.
Oh wow, it looks really good.
And this is a fancy shirt.
The emperor put them on.
Wow, you look so handsome, Your Majesty.
Said the weaver. The king looked in the mirror. He was very pleased.
One day, two strangers arrived at the palace. Their names were Tricky and Crafty.
Your Majesty, you have two visitors that are here to see you.
You may enter.
Hello, Your Majesty. We have found a magic fabric.
To a fool, it appears invisible.
With this fabric, the king thought, I can learn who is a fool in my kingdom.
Would you like us to make you an outfit, Your
Yes,
Majesty?
make it immediately.
Okay, but first, we are going to need a down payment, Your Majesty.
So many supplies.
So many supplies.
Would
We
it be
need,
expensive?
not for you, my king. Don't you worry, we have line pay. You can pay from your phone. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate it, Your Majesty. We will start immediately.
Tricky and Crafty pretended to work very hard. Every day they asked for more money to buy their magic threads.
We are going to be so rich.
Yes, the king is such a fool. A few weeks passed. The emperor didn't have his new magic outfit yet.
I can't wait any longer.
He said impatiently. He sent a footman to take a look.
Can you see how far they are?
Yes, Your Majesty.
He thought when the footman comes back, I will learn if he's a fool.
Tricky and Crafty sang, "We cut and sew, we spin and weave, we carefully make each collar and sleeve. We work very hard to make fine clothes, to dress His Highness from head to toe." The footman saw nothing on the loom. "I must be a fool," he thought.
When will the king's new clothes be ready?
It will be ready soon. The footman returned to the king and said,
It is the most amazing cloth I've ever seen.
The king was glad that the footman was not a fool. He asked,
When will my outfit be ready?
It'll be ready very soon, Your Majesty.
That's good.
A few more days passed. The king didn't have his new magic outfit yet.
Your Majesty, the Prime Minister is here to see you.
You may enter.
He sent the prime minister to take a look.
Go check on my outfit.
He thought, when the prime minister comes back, I will learn if she's a fool.
Tricky and Crafty sang, "We cut and sew, we spin and weave. We carefully make each collar and sleeve. We work very hard to make fine clothes, to dress His Highness from head to toe." The Prime Minister also saw nothing on the loom. "I must be a fool," she thought. "I'm not fit to be the Prime Minister."
When will the king's new outfit be ready?
Tricky and Crafty answered,
It will be ready soon. The prime minister returned to the king and said,
"Your Majesty, the Prime Minister is here to see you."
You may enter.
It's the most brilliant cloth I've ever seen.
The king was glad that the prime minister was not a fool. He asked,
When will my new outfit be ready?
the prime minister replied,
It will be ready very soon.
That's good. That's good.
Another few days passed. The king didn't have his new magic outfit yet.
Oh, my queen. Please go check on my outfit.
Anything for you, king.
He thought, when the queen comes back, I will learn if she's a fool.
Tricky and Crafty sang, "We cut and sew, we spin and weave. We carefully make each collar and sleeve. We work very hard to make fine clothes, to dress His Highness from head to toe." The queen also saw nothing on the loom. "I must be a fool," she thought. "I'm not fit to be the queen." She asked.
When will the king's new outfit be ready?
Crafty answered,
It'll be ready soon.
Okay.
The queen returned to the king and said,
It's the most brilliant cloth I've ever seen.
the king was glad that the queen was not a fool. The king decided to go and see it immediately.
Let's go see my outfit.
All the people in the court followed him to the tailor's workroom.
Tricky and Crafty sang, "We cut and sew, we spin and weave. We carefully make each collar and sleeve. We work very hard to make fine clothes, to dress His Highness from head to toe." The king and all the people in the court saw nothing on the loom. "I must be a fool," the king thought. "I'm not fit to be the king."
My king, do you like your new garment?
I really like it.
I'm so glad that you like it.
It's our best work ever.
Tricky and Crafty proudly showed everyone their masterpiece.
Isn't it wonderful, my king?
Looks really good.
I'm glad you like it. This is our best work ever.
I think I shall wear it tomorrow at the grand parade.
You'll look amazing, my king.
Completely amazing.
He gave the tailors more money.
Do you need more money?
Ah, yes, this is your final balance, my king. If you would like to pay
Line
via
pay?
line pay, please.
Really expensive. I think it's worth it.
If you would like to tip us, my king,
No.
it's up to you. We are so humbly grateful to be able
That's okay,
to
that's
do
okay.
this for you. We hope you love it.
It looks really good.
Have a good day, my king. The best life. Isn't he a real fool?
Asked Tricky,
Everybody in this country is a fool. Come on.
said Crafty. Tricky and Crafty sang, "Look at the king. He thinks he is cool. He'll go around naked. He's really a fool. He pays us money to use our tools. Look at the king, the world's greatest fool."
The next morning, the king led the grand parade through the kingdom. The streets were full of people.
Oh my.
They were all shocked to see their king naked, but nobody wanted to appear stupid. Soon, everyone was cheering about the king's new clothes. The king was very pleased. Suddenly, one little boy pointed at the king and shouted.
He's naked. He has no clothes on.
The boy's father corrected him immediately.
Don't be foolish. The king is wearing the most beautiful outfit in the whole kingdom.
The little boy raised his voice.
No, he's naked. He has no clothes on.
There was an awful silence. Suddenly, everyone began to laugh. They laughed and laughed and laughed. It has taken a child to show us how foolish we are, shouted a man in the crowd. The poor king felt very embarrassed. He ran straight back to the palace. I'm the real fool after all, he thought.
Your Majesty, here, let me cover you up.
All the people around me are fools too. From that day on, he became a really wise king, and he no longer spent too much money on his clothes.
No, I don't want that. No, thank you. Nope, I don't want that as well. No, thank you.
So, what did we learn from our story? One thing we learned was the king spent too much money on clothes and didn't pay enough attention to things going on in his kingdom, right? The second thing, how many people were dishonest in this story? So dishonest means they did not tell the truth. So let's think about it. Who in the story did not tell the truth? The king, Tricky and Crafty, the designers, the prime minister, the queen, the footman, and the assistant, right? Pretty much the entire kingdom did not tell the truth, except one little boy, the one that said, no, he is naked, right? So this is a story about being dishonest and why you shouldn't do those things, because you end up looking like a fool, right? What else did we learn from our story? If you like something, you shouldn't care what other people think, right? If you have a special hobby, or if you like different kind of clothes, you shouldn't care if other people like them or approve of them, because you like them. So you can be cool, funny, weird, it doesn't matter. Just be yourself. Okay? I hope you enjoyed our story. Let's introduce our characters. Okay, let's introduce all of our characters, starting with Teacher Mark. He played the king. Second is Teacher Barbara. She played the prime minister and the queen. Third is the designers. team. We're the fashion designers, can't you tell? And last but not least, our royal assistant, Teacher Matt. Are you ready?
Ready?
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Hi guys, it's me again. You just finished watching our play about the emperor's new clothes, or the king's new clothes, right? I hope you enjoyed the story. But I have some more stories that I want to talk to you about. These are stories that have been translated into Chinese. So you don't only have to read them in English, you can also read them in your language, okay? Let's talk about some of them. I will start with Jack and the Beanstalk. So Jack and the Beanstalk is a very old story. It's about a little boy named Jack. Jack and his mother did not have very much money. So Jack, his mother told him to go out and sell their last cow. She was a milk cow, but Jack's mom said, we need the money, so we don't have a choice. So Jack sets off with his milk cow, and he gets stopped by a man that says, I will give you magic beans if you give me your cow. Jack is a smart little boy, so he's like, I don't think that's a good idea. But he does it anyway. So Jack goes home and shows his mother these magic beans. His mother is so angry at him because they need money, not beans, right? But then Jack's mother throws the beans out of the window. Jack is very sad because he feels that he has made a mistake. So overnight, it rains. When Jack and his mother wake up the next morning, there's a giant beanstalk outside their window. So Jack, being the smart little boy that he is, decides to climb up the beanstalk. Do you know what he found? No? Well, if you want to find out, make sure you read the rest of this book, okay? Let's talk about another book. This one is one of my favorite books. It's called Thumbelina. So, Thumbelina is about a little girl. And when I say little, I mean little. Thumbelina is the size of a thumb. She's very, very small. Thumbelina's mother could not have a baby on her own. So she prayed and prayed, and then she went to a witch's house and asked the witch to help her have a child. So the witch gave her a seed, a flower seed, told her to plant it and water it and take care of it, and soon she would have a baby. So the mom went and did everything that the witch said. Soon, our little Thumbelina pops out of the flower, and the mother, now she has her little Thumbelina. But you see, Thumbelina was very beautiful. So a lot of people said, oh, she's so little and cute. And so a lot of people tried to take little Thumbelina. Frogs, bugs, other people, other animals, everyone wanted Thumbelina. Thumbelina's mother was getting older, so it was hard for her to protect our little heroine. So eventually, Thumbelina finds someone that she wants to fall in love with. But what can she do? She's stolen away by frogs. Do you want to know what else happens? Read the rest of our story to find out. Let's talk about one more book. Which one? I think we will talk about The Three Little Pigs. So, The Three Little Pigs is a very interesting story because we already know that a wolf will probably eat a little piggy, right? But these are 3 little piggies, and they're all very, very scared of this wolf that keeps coming around and trying to hurt them, trying to eat them. So eventually, the 3 brothers decide, we are going to build houses so the wolf can't get us. So one brother builds a house out of straw, like the hay that cows and horses eat. He builds his house out of straw. And then what happens? Can a straw house stand up against a wolf? Yes? So the wolf huffed and puffed, blew his house down. The other brother made a house out of sticks. Can sticks stand up against a wolf? What do you think? So the wolf came and huffed and puffed and blew the second brother's house down. All the other little piggies ran to the third brother's house. And they said, brother, brother, the wolf has blown my house down. What can we do? The third brother says, I'm going to build a house out of bricks. Bricks are very heavy, right? So what do you think happens when the wolf comes and tries to blow down our brick house? If you want to know the rest of our story, make sure you check it out to read it, okay? All right, I'll see you next time. Read many stories over the summer. Bye.